Hello, everyone. Today is Wednesday, February 5th, 2025 at 8:24 a.m. in the morning. So I woke up before 8 o'clock, or about 8, final wake up at 8:02. So about 8 o'clock this morning, and I went to use the bathroom and check my little messages and everything. So I'm trying to do an uninterrupted version of a video that I was trying to talk about in a live stream last night. But of course, y'all know what happens every time I try to explain stuff in a live stream. So this is an uninterrupted video. In 2023, Fake Darnell had ways of me doing regular videos, and he would interrupt or disrupt. No, not interrupt, but disrupt and sabotage my videos and do weird stuff like some kind of way, excuse me, illegally hacking and make my regular videos go mute. Or they would some kind of way shut off, you know, me trying to do, even regular videos. But I mean, in 2023, I'm sorry, when I was live streaming in 2022, um, shortly around the time I found, before I found out who he was, when I started realizing he was harassing me, I was wondering, who the hell is this weirdo? You know, like, is he trying to beat me into submission or try to get me to sell out? Like, what the hell is going on? You know, but he was extremely weird back then. But yeah, he was sabotaging my live streams back then, and like the main thing he would do was illegal. He was always illegally hacking and some kind of way just turn the volume. I mean, mute my live stream some kind of way. So he was doing that back in 2022, and then after a while he left me alone with and let me live stream or whatever. And then in 2023, I was able to live stream like normal. In early 2021, like in January, I used to be able to live stream like normal. Until he came and started messing with everything, and and yeah, around 2023, I used to be able to live stream like normal, and I think even in 2024, I used to be able to live stream and have a whole bunch more people. Excuse me, but for him to illegally hack in, I think it was around the time of our birthday that I think I remember. I could be wrong. When my twin sister said, "Oh, Candy, Hagster number 16," then so he started hacking and manipulating the likes and viewers and turning the screen black. And then after a while, he would do stuff like kick me out of my own live stream. So I could never, excuse me, I could never get any, for me to share community posts, for him to mess with the likes and viewers on community posts and regular videos, I could never get an accurate amount of, likes or anything like that. Um, you know, so for me to write a short story and for him to put numbers that my twin sister told him tell me, to harass me or whatever. It's like, it makes me really upset because I really wanted to know the authentic, raw number of how many people actually did like the short story. And by him messing with the numbers like that, I can't get an accurate number of how many people may have liked a particular short story that I wrote, or for me to get an accurate number of how many people pressed the like, supported me on me exposing, whatever their harassment that they're doing or whatever. But anyway, excuse me, and like, yeah, like around me and my twin sister's birthday, I like, after my brother Wyatt passed away, people started turning against me and started betraying me. I had way more support before then, like especially in July, and that was unusual, And now I have an increased amount of subscribers, but not so much engagement. Like, I mean, like back in July and before August, before me and my twin sister's birthday, before we lost our brother Wyatt. I mean, my live stream chat used to be like so packed up. I almost couldn't read, keep up with everybody's comment. The chat would have a lot of people chatting and commenting and scrolling up fast, Even though I may have had a lot of perps and haters then too, but I had a lot of support, and come to find out they had so many people that were fake the whole time, and other people that were supportive but then turned against me, you know. And um, I think me and my twin sisters, on my end, if it weren't for Wyatt losing his life, I think our birthday probably would have turned out different. But since my twin sister sabotaged everything, I didn't get that as much support as I could have gotten. Plus, I had more harassment and abuse. You know. So, but anyway, sorry I spent almost 8 minutes talking about that. But I'm gonna talk about everything that I can remember that happened after. I mean, what happened to the point on after I did laid in the bed in this bed doing a video yesterday morning. I talked about up until that point. So after I left out of here to go to court, I took the bus. Excuse me for. Excuse me. I took the bus. I didn't take an Uber or anything because I knew I was running low on funds, and I was so tired, sleep deprived. I was dressed like this. Well, I had on I brought I had wore my sweatpants and my small dark gray hoodie. I wore that. I wore my hair like this. I wore my crazy shoes. Well, they're not crazy, but I call them crazy now since I had to forced to have to take out the shoestrings after the jail situation. That's why I call them crazy shoes. But I wore my regular sneakers, and like the judge didn't tell me anything about the way I looked or anything. But so the very moment I walked out, heavy gang stalking activity, a lot of strange headlights. The main thing was arm hanging out the window. And I got it took me a little while. I got on the first bus. Excuse me. This morning I'm doing a lot of sneezing and coughing and blowing my nose. Yes, yesterday I did too. I had I had to sneeze. I mean, sneezing a lot yesterday and today, all day long. A lot of sneezing, a little bit of coughing, but mainly sneezing. And the sneezing would coincide with me having to pee really bad. Oh, excuse me. Hold up. So, um, yeah, it took a little. I guess the bus came a little bit later than scheduled. Um, but yeah, even the Bluebell truck ice cream was gang stalking me. I felt hurt because that was one of my favorite. You know, I forgot whether they had one headlight or elbow against the window or arm against the window or arm hanging out the window or both. If they had, I don't remember, but either that or they had the one headlight or the elbow, I mean the arm against, oh, see, they trying to cause me fake hiccups to make me shut up. They probably had their arm out of the window or against the window. I don't remember. I have to go back and watch the video. So, um, excuse me, I got dressed and, you know, left out and was dealing with being gang stalked and followed. The first bus ride, I guess, wasn't that long, but it took me a little while. I had to wait a little bit for the second bus too, and I have on video where these two perps, I think they were homeless, and they squeezed through a small space just to bump into me, and and I told them something about it, and they tried to make ignorant comments and falsely accused me of standing in the middle of the street when I was actually on a sidewalk. And they squeezed through me and this pole. I was standing kind of close to this pole, and of all that space, two guys, they both squeezed between me and the pole, and then got disrespectful. But they had these perps. I don't remember what colors they were wearing, but all I saw was, it was a black guy and a white female. They were eating a snowball, and I was like, "Ooh, snowball," or something like that. And then they were making comments, mocking and laughing at me. But I'm like, damn, anybody else they wouldn't have got mocked and laughed at. But it didn't dawn on me until after after that I realized the snowball was red, the color. That they were purple with a red snowball. You know. Then I got on the bus and I didn't bring my backpack and all that because I had to keep almost everything here. And they had a man that was getting on the bus in a wheelchair, so I was forced to have to go sit all the way in the back, which was unusual. So I sat in the back, and they had a couple of Hispanic guys to come sit in the back by me. And one of the Hispanic guys, um, he tried to ask me a question multiple times, and I was sitting in the very back, so I couldn't hear anything because when you sit in the back of the bus, they have the loud air conditioner or whatever in the back, so I couldn't hear him, and he kept on asking a question in Spanish, and he must have thought I was Hispanic like him, you know. His friend try to say, oh, he said he wanted to know, can he vape on here? And I said, no, I mean, you know, the rules up there say no, we can't vape or whatever, you know. And then he started vaping anyway. Damn, shut up and get away from my door. Wow, it was all quiet. I'm gonna have to put my earbuds in. Damn, I can't even concentrate because they're near my door talking really loud. Hold on, and my ears, I don't even know if my ear is still a little bit wet from last night. Dang, this is the only opportunity today that I could talk about what happened yesterday. While everything is fresh on my mind, kind of fresh on my mind. Hold up, let me put my earbuds in. Excuse me. So so wait a minute. Let me think. I can't now. I lost my train of thought. Excuse me. Okay, so the guy started vaping on the bus anyway, and then I put my earbuds in and started listening to my a few of my Christian songs, trying to ease my mind and trying to calm myself, you know, before the court appearance or whatever. And so when I was on the bus, the guy was you know, he was started blasting really loud music like right next to me on the phone. I mean, from his phone, you know. And at the moment I told him something, the bus driver yelled something I couldn't hear. Um, I don't know if she yelled at him for blasting loud music or yelled at both of us for arguing. But for him to just randomly and suddenly start blasting loud music like that, I'm like, you a perp. You came all the way back here just to do that to me. And that bus driver was the bus driver that told me like last week. She said, "Go ahead, girl," or something like that, you know. But that bus driver is one of the bus drivers that have a certain opinion about me, you know. So, I mean, I don't know if she thought that I started first, but um, I didn't get a chance to explain the situation because she was taking the wheelchair guy, the old man in the wheelchair. She was taking him off the bus, and I almost could have missed my other bus, so I took the other bus. But before that, let me finish. So the Hispanic guy, when I asked him, "Can you turn that music down?" He's like, "Why should I turn the music?" I mean, like, because if he didn't act like he didn't understand English and had his friend to interpret or translate for him, in the beginning when he tried to play it off like he didn't know English to try to have a fake excuse to justify vaping and continue to vape on the bus anyway and do what the fuck he wanted, you know. Why come back here by me and start, because you perping and harassing, hoping that you could get me in more trouble before court? That's what that is. And then after that, um, excuse me. And after that, he had you know, damn, I'm losing my train of thought. So he had you know, he started blasting loud music, and I said, "Can you turn that down?" And it's like, you got what? How can you hear me and you got your earbuds in? I'm like, cause your stuff is that loud, I can freaking hear it. And I said, can you please turn it down? And he's like, no, I'm not turning it down. And I had to get loud and say, turn that down. And he's like, you know, and the bus driver said something, hey, stop it back there or something like that, she said. And so then it's like right after I started listening to my Christian songs, he started blasting loud whatever music he had. I had my earbuds in. Nobody can hear. Nobody can hear. But me. Nobody can hear my music. Excuse me. And he strategically waited till as soon as I started to play my Christian songs. I had already had my earbuds in, listening to the white noise I usually listen, the waterfall sounds I usually listen to. So, so then he yelled at me and said, "Don't you ever raise your voice and talk to me like that again." I'm like, "How you gonna tell me this? First of all, you're young enough to be my child. You're young enough to be my child. You're obviously younger than 20 years, about 20 years old. You ain't your fake little retarded friend. You know, he got frustrated and went to go sit further up. And after a while, his friend sat up front further by him, you know. And and then I was shaken up the whole and upset the whole ride, even to the point of getting on the next bus, which was the last bus, and they had an old white man on a bike. He looked way older than what he is. Followed me all the way from downtown New Orleans all the way to Gretna to the courthouse to go to court with me. Come to find out his name was Jeffrey Smith, but I'll talk about that. So I got off the bus and got on another bus, and I was confused because I hadn't rode that other bus much, and I didn't realize that they changed the route around. And I thought, oh no, so excuse me, I ended up, getting to the court place. I panicked because I was wondering where the bus was going, and I didn't realize that they changed routes because I hadn't rode that little bus in quite a while. I have to look at the route again. I mean, look at the new route or how it is or whatever. It's definitely different from what I used to ride, a while back. So I got off the bus, excuse me, and I was being perped like, by the court place, and I went to go eat dinner. I'm sorry, lunch. I didn't have breakfast, but I had lunch, and it turned out to be kind of expensive, but it was my own social security money, um and I needed to, make sure I ate decent. um excuse me. So I had excuse me, I had, one place that I tried to go to, and then I didn't realize, I saw the Masonic symbolism on the building. So then I went next door, and then I didn't realize there was like at least 3 or 4 companies that were all the same company. It's like, well, damn, I didn't even realize until after I ordered food and started chowing down, eating. Then I realized that, they're all under the same company. But I had excuse me, I didn't have. I thought that I mistaken. I got off the bus. It was about 11 o'clock, and I thought I had to rush, and I didn't realize that the court time was 12:45. I thought it was at noon for some reason, and so I got nervous and thought I had to rush, but couldn't find out I didn't. So I just took my time and I ate. I had like some chicken and shrimp pad thai that was really good, and I had a brownie and ice cream dessert that was also really good, and it came with soup. And I asked for apple juice, but the server gave me cranberry juice. Um, but I didn't even correct her or nothing. I just drank the doggone juice. I'm like, it didn't matter. Apple, orange, cranberry. I'll drink either one. So I didn't try to make a big fuss and be like, well, hey, I asked for apple juice. You know, but but she acted a little bit airheaded towards me, but normal towards everybody else. Like she acted like a little bit airheaded and weird. So she asked me if I wanted my dessert during or after. I said after, and I was halfway through finishing my regular food, and she was trying to act like she was trying to secretly and covert, like certain um excuse me, certain restaurants on rare occasions I've had moments where the waitress or server act like they want to covertly and secretly rush me out of there. If I'm barely even halfway done with my food and they rushing me talking about, oh, do you want to, and harassing me talking, you want a to-go box, or do you want, no, I don't. Let me ask if I want a to-go box. A lot of times I can't even have a to-go box. I gotta eat all my food at the restaurant because of being homeless. I couldn't take my food into the courtroom, homeless or not. Excuse me. So she kept on harassing me, talking about, you want a to-go box? You want a to-go box? And then she brought up my ice cream and brownie before I could even before I can even bring out. Before I can be halfway done with my food. And so then I said, well, oh, is there any way you could put my dessert back into the freezer until after I'm done, like you like you asked me to, excuse me. And then she said, oh no, I'm sorry, she said something about, oh, I'm sorry, our our freezer is below freezing or something. And I'm like, well, the ice cream looks perfectly firm and solid, And I was very confused, like, what do you mean that it's below freezing? Well, I thought below freezing, are you trying to say that the refrigerator or the freezer is messed up or won't freeze properly? It won't freeze properly? Or what are you trying to say? You know? So I had to cut through the middle of my meal and rush to eat my dessert and couldn't enjoy my dessert like I really wanted to. Um, you know, the lunch itself was like $14.95, and then I got the dessert and the juice. All that turned out to be like 20 something dollars, $27 or something with tax, it turned out to be $30. I didn't even realize I spent that much. Um, but I usually don't spend that much or eat that. I mean, but because of the circumstance and me going to court, I took the bus. I didn't even take an Uber. But what if I took the Uber and no and not the bus and I went to go eat that lunch? You know. But excuse me. But the food was really good. Good enough to wish I could come back, but I don't like the way the waitress acted weird towards me. And I also feel like I hesitant to come back because if they might be associated with the Freemasons as a Masonic company or whatever. So then I went to the courthouse. You know, I was able to check in my. I have to check in my one bag that I brought with me. Like I used it like a purse, and then I went upstairs, and they said that man was the bailiff, the court bailiff. I guess that's what his title is. Um, you know, the guy who stands and he directs us on where to sit and tell us to keep our mouths shut or keep really quiet or whatever. Um, I don't want to call him the court guard or court monitor or whatever. I guess I'll call. I guess he was dressed in a police uniform. I guess. So I sat down and we waited a little while, and the judge and there was one judge. They had us stand up, and then they had a short video for us to watch for a different judge to you know, have a little video clip, and then next thing you know, the actual judge came in there, and they had a prosecutor talk about the deferred prosecution and stuff, and before, so hold on, let me keep um an eye. I'm keeping an eye on the time. Excuse me, it's 8:57 in the morning now. So hold on, let me blow my nose again. Excuse me. So basically, when people say you can only do deferred prosecution once, I thought that meant your first accusation of offense. So I was told that I wouldn't be eligible for deferred prosecution anymore. You know, so they did like last time. Trying to insinuate that they dismiss no cases and everybody's guilty, and that they try to like threaten you. Excuse me. They try to threaten you. With the deferred prosecution or whatever. They try to threaten you. They try to make it like everybody's guilty and there are no cases to be dismissed and everybody's guilty and you either plead. I'm sorry, that everybody's guilty and they dismiss no cases, and if you try to plead not guilty and you got to take things to trial, you basically will have hell to pay. But it's all about money. All about money. So it had been exposed about the corruption with the Gretna police and the Gretna courts and everything. And Fake Darnell knows what he's doing he admitted that Yeah, I'm glad you were in Gretna so this and this could happen, that the police were rougher with you than New Orleans. New Orleans people go easy on you, and I'm glad that I did this to you while you were in Gretna and this and that, whatever. Bragging about being glad to illegally swap me while in Gretna, you know. But, so basically, you know, I guess they have everybody scared with their threats and everything. But you know you're innocent, and you know you've been falsely accused. Why would you just go ahead and plead guilty? And especially if you know you've been falsely accused. So, um, oh man, I'm gonna need every prayer that I could get. Um, so I got 30 more minutes to be free to talk about. Um, because I can't check out late here. I gotta leave since I was told that there's a special group coming. So, leftover dinner from last night, I gotta take the time out to warm it up and try to eat it. Um, try to eat it for breakfast this morning. The leftover red beans, rice, and chicken. So, excuse me. So I mean, so they try to threaten you by trying to make it like they dismiss no cases and everybody's guilty. And if you, because they say that, oh, if you plead not guilty and take this to trial, then that means that we have to pay more money, and you don't want us to have to do that. But they don't mind the indigent and poor having to pay more money for things they didn't do. But they would rather threaten us that we're gonna have hell to pay if we take the case to trial. So they basically bullying us to plead not guilty, and if they have us to do the fake deferred prosecution thing, oh, that's more money we gotta pay, but less jail time or less community services, but more money. So, um, and it's all all about money. And and a lot of people say this is very illegal for the jails and courts to do this, but because of their fake Masonic power, they get away with it. You know, so but so basically, um, they had a couple of Hispanic guys that didn't do the deferred prosecution, and they had it's basically, it seems like if you plead guilty, um, I guess the people that do the deferred prosecution, I guess they end up paying money up front or something, or have to do a payment plan. But I guess if you're not guilty and you're innocent of crimes and there's evidence of you being innocent, I guess they find, like they did last time, try to find ways to manipulate for things for them to falsely justify that you're guilty just so they can get more money or have you in more locked up in jail or whatever. But and this did not have to happen, and it's like all of this behind fake Darnell's pranks. This shit ain't funny. You're a childish person, ruining. You're doing serious harm to an innocent person and thinking it's a game and think it's funny. I don't know what kind of level of psychopath fake Darnell is, but I wish that, I mean, what if I can sue him for more than just pain and suffering? So, So and here I am homeless, doing what I need to survive, and don't even try to go out here and commit crimes. But they had these two Hispanic guys. One of them had like multiple criminal charges, including contempt of court or whatever. Wait, no, hold on. I don't. No, one of them had multiple criminal charges, and and he had to pay like $970 or something like that. He had multiple criminal charges that were more serious than the false accusations of, my false accusations of crimes. And then there was another guy that had way more crimes than him. They were both Hispanic and didn't know English. They didn't stand in the deferred prosecution line, but they stayed in the other line, the regular area, And I'm surprised I was like the third person called up there, third or fourth person called up there, almost everybody else did deferred prosecution. And second guy, had contempt of court and multiple criminal charges. Like, I don't even remember, so they were, both of those guys were Hispanic and didn't know any English. And they had like multiple criminal charges. Like, the second guy had like over $5,500 worth of that he was gonna have to pay for, so many criminal charges, including contempt of court, for not showing up or whatever, like just all kinds of stuff, and they were both Hispanic and didn't know English and had to get an interpreter, a court interpreter. And then my turn came up. I don't remember if there was another person or two or a few other people that came up before them or before me, but they came before me. And then come to find out, those guys were together, so they must have got arrested together. And maybe the one that was probably driving was the one who got more criminal charges, maybe, I'm not sure. It ain't my business. But for them to have, like, charges like, speeding, like with driving or whatever, come on. For them to have criminal charges like speeding and, broken tail, speeding, broken tail, like expired brake tags, this wrong, that wrong, no license, no insurance, hit somebody, did this, did that, a long laundry list of freaking criminal charges or whatever. So, one guy said that he didn't want a court-appointed lawyer, the one with the bigger criminal charges, and he said he didn't want a lawyer, and that he was afraid to go back to jail or whatever, and he just wanted to represent himself. And then, I don't know if they had the money to pay off, their crimes or criminal charges or whatever, But my turn came, and the judge, last time he basically wanted us to just, say guilty or not guilty and explain nothing else. Nothing else. So he said, the judge told me, he asked me if I wanted to plead guilty or not guilty. I said not guilty. And he said, basically, are you sure about that? Because these are like some serious criminal charges. When he called out, criminal mischief, resisting arrest, and failure to identify. Well, how come the officers didn't identify themselves to me? I don't know the names of those officers that wrongfully arrested me and took me to jail. you know, and they bullied me and tried to manipulate for me to feel ashamed last time in December when I almost got wrongfully arrested when fake Darnell illegally swatted me. And it's like, wait a minute, I was told, the library police told me that I committed no crime and that should not have happened, you know? And one of the library police works at that same court, the young one. So it was him on the live stream. I didn't put his face on there, but when he said, oh yeah, you are allowed to be on the property, you know, and it was more than one officer that said that. So then, I mean, basically, the fake court judge tried to publicly humiliate me and trying to insinuate that my false accusations of crimes is basically some serious charges. And it's like he wanted to publicly humiliate me in front of everybody in the courtroom. You know, and I'm like, damn, I'm being treated like as if I murdered a child or something like the last time. You know, being treated like worse than a murderer over something that's, you know, small or stuff I've been falsely accused of. Like last time I got wrongfully arrested and taken to jail because the stalkers lied and said that they owned that house and thought the shit was funny. So, and I'm sitting here just homeless and trying to survive the best way I know how. I'm not even out here trying to commit crimes. But I mean, I'll just come back to court on freaking March 12th, and I want absolutely nothing to do with that fake public offender. Fuck him. I got his phone number blocked, and I don't want to contact him ever again in life. He swindled me out of over $200, and he bullied me the last time and tried to threaten me to not take the case to trial. And then trying to say, oh, here's the deal. There's proof that you were on the property, so you can't, or you'll be wasting your time trying to take this to trial. But it's not about that. The stalkers, they swatted me and lied and said that they owned that house when nobody did. Maybe it might have been the bank or the government that owned the house. But, excuse me, the house was unlivable. And I've been at that house for, like, only at night to have some place to be, because after they gang stalked me and wrongfully banned me from by the old Gretna Ferry, which was public property. And they said the police was not supposed to have banned me from by the old Gretna Ferry because that's public property. So I didn't know where else to go. You know? And when that fake police officer when he told me on December 21st, he said, you're out of Clarence business. And then he said, stay away from all Clarence businesses, and stay away from all houses. I'm like, okay, so if I have a family member that wants me to come by their house, I got to refrain from going by their house because, I'm going to go to jail? How stupid do you sound talking about stay away from all houses? See, these cops are stupid, and they don't even think before they talk. Talk out just dumb shit out of their heads. You know? So, I mean, as I said, this past weekend, I think it was this past Saturday, they had a man that's a regular at the library, and he stuck around for 40 minutes and used the Wi-Fi after the library closed. Nobody gonna arrest him and say he trespassing. I mean, I've seen other people go by the library to use the Wi-Fi or drop off books while the library is closed. So why is it a crime when I do it? I mean, they have people who can drop off library books at midnight if they want to. I mean, this is not right. But it's all gang stalking related. Fake Darnell prank called and lied. I mean, they want to talk about criminal mischief, but the officers wrongfully arrested me and took me to jail successfully, they said that, oh, someone called and said you were breaking inside the library. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all see evidence that I didn't break inside the library. So, dealing with the fake public offender, he's going to make sure I wrongfully go to jail this time. And he was trying to have me go to jail for 30 days the last time. And the stalkers are pushing for me to be in jail for at least 18 months. See, they force farting me. Hit me with weapons and force farting me. Damn, I got 15 minutes left to talk. So, but, the stalkers are playing with my life and ruining my life. And also practicing witchcraft to make sure that their evil prevails. And the shit is, I'm going to say it again, this is not funny. So, then when I went to into the room where you pick up your paperwork, or either pay fines or fees or pick up paperwork to for your next court date or trial or whatever. Damn, stuff is crawling on me and I'm itching. Your trial or whatever. Sorry, my words are not coming out right. They had by the time, everybody was, they said they stand in the order in which everybody came into the office. And so, by the time it came to the guy that came into the office before I did, before they got to him, everybody was getting impatient and rushing. And, there was really, they had that one black lady, and she didn't even try to keep order in the room, and everybody just did whatever the hell they wanted. And I might go over not past 9:30 to say what I need to say. So everybody went over. Everybody had they had so many people that just, they were rushing and impatient, and it was one person that were rushing and impatient, and then everybody just got in the line, and it's like everybody got in the line so fast that wow, I couldn't even get up to go next or whatever. Excuse me. And so I couldn't even get my place in line. So then they had and I was, hold up, I'm starting to sneeze again. Hold up. Excuse me. Oh yeah, when I was transferring from one bus to another, my phone fell and a piece of it broke again. Excuse me, I forgot to say that. But anyway, so they had this white guy that started tapping his foot. And he started tapping. When he tapped his foot, the whole room, like tapping and stumping his foot, the whole room vibrates, Excuse me. So he kept on tapping his foot on purpose, and I asked him several times to stop. And then he started to rubbing in my face like, yeah, I'm doing it. What you gonna do? On purpose to upset me. Excuse me. And kept on stomping his foot on purpose to antagonize and provoke and trying to set me up to get angry on purpose so I could get wrongfully arrested and taken to jail again. And nobody told him anything. Nobody told him anything except me. I mean, and they all ganged up on me and made it like I was crazy and the problem. When, so he kept on tapping and stomping his foot and doing all this annoying, childish stuff on purpose. He had very dirty hands. Like, he had fresh new shoes, but his hands were dirty like a homeless person. But he had fresh new Ken Griffey shoes. Nike sneakers or whatever. And, so he kept on, stomping on purpose. And he was like, yeah, what if I told you I had ADHD and couldn't stop? Like, yeah, I'm doing it on purpose to make you upset. So, well, he didn't say, yeah, I'm doing it on purpose to make you upset. But his facial expression and mannerisms, like he was doing it on purpose. It's like, you would think it's a bunch of freaking elementary school kids in the room. And everybody, even other black people, this was a white guy harassing me. And other black people, even everybody ganged up on me and sided with him and ignorantly laughed and thought the shit was funny. And then I said, well, can I go next? Because I got to get out of here. I can't take this, And the abusive, narcissistic, fake white man named Jeffrey Smith, the same guy that followed me all the way from downtown New Orleans and got on the same bus with me, and he had a bike, and then he got on another same bus with me and went to the court the same court and everything with me. And he came into the room way after I did. And I said, well, can I please, go next? He's like, no, I'm not letting. And he's like, no, he had no bottom teeth. And he looked like I'm guessing he might have been 54 years old. He's like, no, I'm not letting you go. No, I'm not letting you go next. He looked like he could have been in his 70s. But he had missing bottom teeth and he seemed way older than what he was. Now, like 1970, and he was born in 1970 and looks like that. I mean, they have people older than him, that look way younger. Excuse me, and he had and then I guess the bailiff or whatever you called the bailiff. I think that the court bailiff. I think that was what he was called. So he called me out into the little hallway or whatever, and said, "Look, I'm gonna let you go next." He's like, "You gotta quiet down." I'm explaining that the guy was triggering and antagonizing, and provoking and harassing me on purpose, and then he made false promises to let me go next. And Mr. Jeffrey insisted on going before me on purpose and made sure he illegally had his way. And the lady said, well, look, you have paperwork that's all the way from New Orleans. They ain't got nothing to do with over here. So he went to the wrong court place anyway. I don't know. And everybody was agitated and anxious to leave. And one guy, a black guy that was the ringleader of everything, who initiated for everybody to rush out and try to get things done and leave, So I mean, even if I would have said, like, an abusive narcissistic fake black guy or an abusive narcissistic fake Asian guy. I'm just describing the person, you know. But but I mean, but the lady didn't try to keep order in the room. She was just transacting everybody's stuff. And then they had a younger white female that came in I think she had long dark hair, and she came in later. And it's like, well, oh no, no wonder the process is taking long, because it's usually two or three women working in there, like mainly two, and the process would have gone faster. But they had one black woman that was working by herself, and the other girl came in like much later, you know, and then and everybody was continuing to go before me and go before me next. And it's like, I thought the man lied, made false promises and lied and said he was gonna let me go next, and he didn't even halt everybody to wait a minute, let her go next. But eventually I was able to go, and the 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 girl didn't even ask me my updated address, so it went over my head. I was anxious and upset and ready to get out of there myself, being frustrated and annoyed. And then I realized once I got to the indigent defender place, I mean the indigent defense or whatever place, um, that receptionist was rude, and she sprayed some kind of air freshener and gave me mean looks and sprayed air freshener as soon as I got in there. It was a white female, and she tried to make it like as if the fake Patrick Sins guy was the only guy in Gretna that was the public defender, and she acted like she wasn't trying to hear it when I tried to explain. I said he needs to get fired. And I tried to explain that I was falsely accused again and illegally swatted. She wasn't trying to hear anything I had to say, and she just wanted me out of her face. And she tried to tell me I had up until March 12th or next court date to pay $40. I'm not. I don't want him representing me. And I don't know if she was lying, trying to say he was the only one in Gretna, that he was the only public defender in Gretna. But why last year those other ladies encouraged me to go and try to get another public defender. But excuse me. And so it looks like if he got to be my public defender this time, it looks like I will end up going like having to wrongfully and unjustly do time in jail. Because the fake Darnell illegally swatting me, and they think this shit is funny. So, I got 3 minutes left. But, I mean, well, I might go 10 more minutes after this, or maybe 10 or 15. I probably can talk until 9:45. And I gotta warm up the breakfast. Well, the leftover dinner from last night, and eat that, and pack up and get out of here, and then go, somewhere else. So I have a place for tonight, and then I have like, I think, hold on, I think $15 left in the bank, something like that, and I got $18. No, do I have 18 or $23 in cash? I don't remember. I have to recheck if I have 18 or $23 in cash and maybe like $15 in the bank. I have to double check. Um, but it's enough to eat. But excuse me. But I have enough. I mean, I got the hotel room covered for tonight, and you know, but because of the stalking and harassment and what the perps have been doing lately, I don't think I'll be able to live stream there tonight. I won't be able to live stream there tonight. So, excuse me, I won't be able to live stream there tonight or tomorrow early in the morning. So I will have to wait till tomorrow when I'm either back downtown or somewhere else tomorrow to try to raise funds for more nights. It's Super Bowl weekend. It would be a miracle if I could get donations and help for any other hotel or motel. Because of this fake jail and court situation, I can't go venture out like in other cities, or I can't even go to Mississippi for the weekend or something like that, or maybe for something cheaper. The idea if I could get help to maybe go to Mississippi and stay in a hotel or a motel. I don't even know if Super Bowl festivities is going on there. Excuse me. But I was told I can't travel or go out anywhere. I have to stay in New Orleans metro area because of the jail and court situation until after everything is resolved. So I can't leave. So, I went to, to the so yeah, the receptionist at the indigent defense place, she was pretty rude and didn't wanted. I mean, she acted like she hated me, and acted like she couldn't stand me being in her presence. Man, I couldn't wait to get the hell on out of there. And then I went and back to the courthouse, and they said I realized that my address wasn't changed, so I went to 327 Huey P. Long and changed my address there, and then almost missed the bus, and the bus driver parked right in front of the damn pole, and I had to squeeze through in order small space in order to get on a damn bus. And so then after that I got dropped off and I went to go get me something healthy. Then I went to think Walmart and spent almost $100 on hygiene and stuff that I needed. I even got me a comb and brush. Hoping that because the back of my hair is very tangled. And so I don't know if I can comb my hair out. I'll try. I need to try, And then, my eye is itching a little bit. But, and then I went to get me something healthy. I'm not gonna say what. But then after that I went to the library and uploaded videos. My original plan was to stay all the way until they closed at 8 o'clock and then do a live stream and talk to y'all and tell y'all about the court thing. But my anxiety was high, and as soon as the videos from all the way from Sunday, as soon as they uploaded, I went back and it was about 6:15. Actually it was 6:11 when I walked out of the library, and I got the bus just in time, and I rode the bus. Excuse me. I rode the bus, crossed the river, and there was some traffic. Excuse me, and I made the bus and the next bus connection. Excuse me, and they had some, ghetto females and they had babies with them. and they were smoking. I mean, I'm sorry, they were vaping and blasting loud music from their phone, or loud content from their phone, and vaping on the bus. The bus driver didn't tell them nothing. But for me to sanitize the dirty seats on the bus last year, I get told that, oh, I'm gonna, and nobody said anything. Excuse me, for 8 months of me riding the bus, and for me to finally, they threatened to have me wrongfully permanently banned from riding the buses forever. I mean, forever. Talking about, oh, because too many customers complain. Those were gang stalkers with narcissistic personalities. And yesterday, when I was on the bus yesterday morning, there was a black female that was, talking about how, with stuff going around, that she was talking about the bus seats being dirty, and that you don't know what you sitting in, and that she said, oh, I gotta bring in plastic. And I don't know if she was saying that for directed conversation to gang stalk and mock me, or if those were her real sentiments, you know. But yeah, after I came back, I yeah, I went to the front desk and tried to get me kind of the same stuff I had yesterday, but I mean the day before yesterday. But wow, I was charged $15 for nothing but for small little snacks. I'm like, well, I had to put everything back. And so then after that, I had just put everything back, and I went to a nearby corner store that had, as I said, the chicken wings were huge, but they tasted average. Didn't have much flavor, but they had a little spice. But I didn't too much care for the chicken. But oh man, the red beans and rice, like how were they able to perfect the red beans and rice to taste like that? Like just wow, you know, pretty much the best freaking red beans and rice I think I ever in my life tasted. But the Asian man that was the cashier was trying to overcharge and swindle me, and then try to play dumb and try to act like he was new and didn't know what the hell he was doing. And then they had this witch female gang stalker that gang stalked and followed me and passed up um my the place where I'm at with strange tail lights and strange brake lights, and I cussed her out because I had my bags and my hands were full, so I couldn't I couldn't I ended up cussing her out. My bags and my hands were full. Excuse me. So then I ate my dinner, and I sprayed my clothes. I opened the front doors, and I sanitized my clothes. I had the fan on. I sprayed and sanitized my clothes, and I put the essential oil, and I put the essential oil in the I'm gonna have to find a way to get a different kind of spray bottle, cause with the me trying to spray with the essential oil, the spray bottle was not working. So the essential oils don't work with these spray bottles. With these spray bottles, I have to get a different kind of spray bottle. I mean, and that's the second spray bottle that I tried with it. Essential oils didn't work. So I can't even go and spray. But it worked better the first night. So I mean, I don't even know if I should just take some essential oil, mix it with water, and kind of damp off the bed, or splash it or something. Like I splashed it last night. And I was afraid that I roll in too much essential oil or something. I don't know, but I need to find some way to get get the oil all on the bed, you know. So with the rubbing alcohol, I could spray just fine. Excuse me. So what time is it? It's 9:39. So I took another detox bath, and a lot of mucus coughed up, and well, it was close to midnight. I finally got to get on a live stream, and I was supposed to have been on earlier. Excuse me. So, and I was tired. I went to bed at I don't remember if it was 12:30 or 12:45 or something. I went to bed. It took me a little longer to fall asleep than the night before, and then my sleep was spotty. I don't think I had to wake up as much in the middle of the night as the night before, but I was itching and it got bitten up on my butt a little bit, but then I, after I fell asleep with nothing really biting me, and then but in the middle of the night I think something bit me on the top left side of my stomach, and then but yeah, the battle still continues. Excuse me, but I sprayed my shoes thoroughly. I sprayed my shoes, and I sprayed the clothes that I was wearing yesterday, both inside and out. I sprayed so much with the rubbing alcohol. Like, I got some more alcohol, just spraying and spraying a lot. Sprayed all my pants and feel afraid. Like, I hope I didn't miss a spot, you know. And I just try to drench a big black plastic trash bag with my contents and all my stuff, hoping that I could suffocate every bed bug possible, you know, every bed bug possible, you know, that could be lingering in my bags. So, yeah, I can't believe this is my, like, well, the stalkers probably already know, but this is my fourth time staying in a hotel downtown, and this is the you know, this is my first time ever in my entire life staying in a hotel that's actually in the French Quarter. You know, I usually be trying to stay away from the French Quarter and stuff, but because of the circumstance and me being wrongfully banned, you know, and all that, you know, I mean, I got me kind of a deal and a discount, but then had to turn around and pay these extra whatever fees or whatever, you know, but I guess everything balanced out. But I mean, I was upset that they gave me a bed bug room anyway. That was already bed bug infested, and this was probably the same room that another person was complaining about, you know. But I'm fighting to extinguish, trying to fight to, you know, I'm battling to try to, you know, as I said, I sprayed this entire shirt, and I don't know if the pants and stuff that I wore yesterday, um, I forgot what I was gonna say. If I about the I was gonna say something. Um, I don't know if I mean I would have to hand wash this shirt and a few undergarments since I washed clothes the day before yesterday, you know. So it's like when that lady tried to tell me that she, and I thought to myself at the laundromat when she tried to tell me, oh, that's the best dryer right there, and I'm wondering, well, if that's the best dryer, why didn't you use it? She set me up. So my clothes were not hot when I took them out the dryer, and I had them in for a whole hour, and I think she screwed over me. But my clothes were dry, but they were felt kind of cold. They didn't feel hot, and I had the setting on high or on hot. you know, and I felt like, damn, I should not have listened to her. Yeah, it's so good. Why didn't you use it? So it's 9:44 right now, almost 9:45. Um, that's all the events that I think I can remember from what happened yesterday. Um, keep me in y'all prayers about this jail and court situation because it's a big battle. And yeah, the fake public offender bullied me to not take the thing to trial and forced me to, against my will, to plead guilty and do the fake um deferred prosecution, and then I was forced to have to pay over $200. And then once he got what he wanted, once he got the scam that he wanted, he pretended to fake apologize and talked about he was sorry for the police pulling the female police from last year. He was trying to make it like this was happened last year, like last July, July 17th, when he tried to tell me, that he tried to tell me that he was sorry for what the police treated me, how they treated me and pulling the gun out on me. Now, like, you need to be sorry for what you did. He had fake remorse, fake sorrow, because he was like, oh yeah, you had like before then he was talking all that shit and talking about, oh yeah, because you had criminal intent. No, I didn't. I did not. I mean, and I saw, even in New Orleans, I see homeless people sleeping on a house that says for sale, and it looked like a brand new house. Like it might be a brand new, freshly built house. There's a homeless person sleeping there. The police don't bother them or say nothing. But because the online stalkers prank called last year, they swatted me and prank called the police after I uploaded the video. And the cops even lied on the police report, covering up for it and protecting the stalkers. And then everybody in jail was already perps. The cops were perps. So I'm putting my foot down and gonna take this shit to trial this time. I don't care. I'm taking it to trial because I'm innocent. And this is all part of the satanic gang stalking. And fake Darnell admitted that once he get me put in jail, he's going to traffic me to a brothel. Sex traffic me to a brothel and talking about you will sell your soul. No, I'm not.